so far, markets not concerned about the trade side of Trump's economic policies, mostly seem to be thinking about the taxes and spending, it appears. But you think it could have pretty severe consequences. Lay out some of the ramifications of Trump's trade policies on the world.
Well, you're absolutely right that after the initial shock of Trump's victory, that markets and everyone else are trying to look on the upside. And clearly, as you pointed out, some of the fiscal policy could be positive. But the potential for protectionist trade wars, which could actually cause the collapse of the multilateral trading system, could cause a global recession, which would dwarf anything that Trump would be doing domestically. I mean, as you said, he's not going forward with a TPP. I think the TTIP talks, which were already stalled with the EU, are dead. Renegotiating NAFTA, who knows what that means, but Canada and Mexico, both big trading partners. If he does slap tariffs on Chinese trade, the Chinese will clearly retaliate. And that leads both to inflation in the United States, it leads to slower growth, it leads to the disruption of supply chains, it leads to lower exports for US companies, and it leads to a global system in chaos. If you went even further and actually pulled out of the multilateral trading system of the WTO, which is the rule-setting body and the forum for global trade, then I think the consequences would be very severe indeed.
Right. I mean, the hypothetical ripple effect is pretty extended. Philippe, 4 months after the Brexit vote, what can we learn about how the UK is proceeding with that process? Because so many people draw comparisons between what happened this week with the Brexit vote. What might we learn, or how might it inform us about how the US proceeds?
Well, clearly there are some people in Britain who are very happy with the Trump victory. They think that while Trump hates free trade in general, that he's going to put Britain at the front of the queue for some kind of special treatment. And we'll see if that turns out to be the case. I think that if we are heading to a world of rival trading blocs, then the UK might find it very lonely out there. If the US goes protectionist, Europe tears itself apart from Europe, Asia coalesces around China. That kind of world is not the global free trade world that the Brexiteers were promising.